Hi everyone. Boy, what a week. Got my truck running today, Friday. Finally got everything together and she's up and running. So anyway, had time to work on models, but not really time to make a post. Sorry for the late post. Hope you enjoy this. A little bit of different stuff I didn't see anybody else do. Not that that means anything. Doesn't mean somebody else didn't do it. This is like my template for my roll cage, made out of plastic. I was going to make it out of plastic, but what am I, stupid? Yes, I am. So I decided not to be and make it out of small diameter solder. Too bad you couldn't solder, really. Anyway, it's held together with super glue. I don't like things that are over scale, and with all the sprue I had, it would have been too thick. I'd have had to sand it down, and then it just was, why go through all the problem, when... Anyway, I made it out of solder. This thing actually fit in the car, the white one, the plastic one, but I ended up throwing it away because I was using it as a pattern to get the bends. And I tried it in the car. I had to put it inside the body, just make sure nothing was too tall or too short. Right now I'm just flattening edges. That was a little too tall. I had to cut it down. That's the nice thing about solder. It cuts easy. This is a crossbar to hold my seatbelt. Notice there is no crisscross thing like it should be on a real car. To stress it out, but since it ain't stripped, and the Corvette C2 has something like a roll cage, it's square above where the dome light is, goes clear across and down. So, I don't know. What I'm doing here is making the bar that goes from the center to the back by the wheel wells to the frame. And what I did is cut a notch so it'll bend. Giving it a test. There it is with it just sitting in there. Notice I'm not sure if I like it. That's why I'm rolling my fingers. Now, here's something. With the C7R, I used a clear, transparent decal and sprayed it with a mixture of India ink and Tester's gloss coat. And then sealed it with some... like you're supposed to with all printed decals, sealed it with Tester's bonder. It's real glossy stuff. Anyway, I'm making it the gloss coat, and I'm giving a little test on that piece of paper you see hanging off the side. Here I'm testing it. There's a piece of clear plastic. I wiped it down with alcohol. As you can see, it's an airbrush. My first shot was too light, and I just kept adding a little bit every time, and if it got too dark, I add a little more clear. So anyway, here I'm spraying all the parts, the windows. I'm sealing the back end with bonder. In Iowa, you can't have your front glass tinted. You can have the upper part, but not the front. Well, you know, hey, I like living dangerously. That is for the side window I'm thinking about putting in. I did put it in, but I don't know if I like it. Now I'm doing taillight lenses. I did a brush coat of it on a piece of plastic, obviously, and didn't really like it, so I roughed up the clear again and I sprayed it on. It's transparent red from Critex, and I believe I added some of their hardener in it, or their bonder to plastic in metal, and I'm cutting them and fitting them in the back end. I made these cone shaped things to go on the back, you know, kind of like what inverted cone shape. Every time I made 4 of them, I lost 4 of them. After about eight of them lost, I went, I ain't doing this anymore. They were so small and fragile. Looked like a contact lens for a mouse. Anyway, I'm actually setting them with super glue. Believe it or not, it didn't fog. Now, working on the seat belts. This is the first coat on one side. Later on, you'll see me do the second coat on the other side. Right now I'm making the mandrel. That's a tool to make buckles out of. The buckles for a seatbelt. I went to my hobby store hoping they had car seat belts. No. I can order you some. No, I need them now. I could order them off the internet, but I didn't have time for that. Trying to work on my wife's car, my truck, got her car working good. Now I finally got the truck done. Ugh. Yep, that's really in sharp focus, Doug. That really helps. If I'd have slowed that down a little, you'd have seen the red tail lights. Now I'm doing the other side of the black for the seat belts. It does soak through, and surprisingly, it gives it a very cloth-like look to it with the flat paint for its scale. Now there's all I made different sizes and a bunch of them. See which one I liked the best, and I actually made enough. I can't believe it. Didn't lose any either. Can't believe that. Threading the loop through, as you can see, I already got it done there. Pretty simple. What I'm doing here is bending the loop back where it be sewed on, where it hits the center part where all 4 of the belts meet. And sometimes I have luck with it, and sometimes I don't. I don't know what it is. Notice they're quite long, and stuck in extra belt there, because I figured my wife is shorter than me, smaller than me, and she's going to be riding on the passenger side, so I had to make the belt differently. Like, we can fit in that car, you know. Of course, you know what? She'd want to drive it. That's why the seat's tilted more forward, because she likes her seat straight up and down almost. Hate that. Now, when these are dry, I bend them a little, set them to where they ain't perfect, and now that way they got a look of, oh, get out of the car. Right now I'm making the latches that go inside the center part of the seatbelt. They go on the ends of the buckle. There we go. Probably didn't notice, but I did a blue ionizing on the seat belts, the metal parts. I thought it kind of needed it, or it didn't. And the belts are long. I got to fold them over, but I got them stuck, and then I work them over. When you see the last one, you'll see one that's trying to come up, but that's no big deal. I got it taken care of. There we go. Round and round she goes. You can see the one over on the left trying to come up. I should have made a bracket there, but I figured with all the stuff nobody would see it in through the open door. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, all of you who subscribed and will subscribe. If you like it, like, please. If you have a comment or anything, feel free. Thank you very much.